Hey guys, it's story time, episode 34, and today we're going to be reading out of the Classic Children's Bible Storybook. And if you haven't got one, go to your local bookstore or Christian bookstore or Walmart. Anywhere that sells books should have them. And so yeah. So if you got one of these, just follow along, and it's The Stolen Cup. So here's the picture. I think this is the youngest brother. Let's see. Is his name? Yeah, Benjamin. Benjamin. And there's a silver cup, and I think that's either Pharaoh or Joseph, his brother. So yeah, like a little bit older brother. Or maybe the same age brother. I don't know for sure. But anyways, let's get started. So first it's going to be the Bible verses. Then it'll be well, it's going to be breaking it down basically. So let's get started. The Stolen Cup, Genesis chapter 43, verse 1 through 15. 41 through 1. Well, chapter 44, verse 1 through 34. They all quickly took their sacks from the backs of their donkeys and opened them. The palace manager searched the brothers' sacks from the oldest to the youngest, and the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. When the brothers saw this, they tore their clothing in despair. Then they loaded their donkeys again and returned to the city. Genesis chapter 44, verse 11 through 13. And here's where it breaks down. After they had used up all of the grain they had brought, the brothers had to go back to Egypt, and this time they would have to take their brother Benjamin with them, just as the Egyptian man had said, which we know is Joseph, but they don't know that. At first, Jacob refused to let them take Benjamin to Egypt, but the famine worsened, and in the end, Jacob gave in. Joseph was happy to see his younger brother, and let me read that again. Joseph was happy to see his younger brother, but also sad. His feelings were very mixed up. Should he forgive his brothers or not? While struggling with himself, he did a lot of things to test his brothers to see if they were still as wicked as when they sold him into slavery, or if they had become better men. He wanted to find that out before telling them who he really was. When the brothers prepared to go back home, Joseph gave a secret order to have his own silver chalice, a special cup, hidden in Benjamin's bag of grain. The brothers were not far away from the city when the Egyptian soldiers caught up with them and searched their bags, and there in Benjamin's bag they found Joseph's cup. The brothers tore their clothes in despair. What was going to happen to Benjamin? How on earth did the cup end up in his bag? Joseph pretended to be outraged. He instructed Benjamin to become his slave while the others went home. But Judah, one of the older brothers, begged and pleaded. He had promised his father that he would bring Benjamin back home safely. He offered to give himself a place in place of Benjamin. So what I think today's Bible story is meaning is that Joseph, well, first, before we get into Joseph, like if you're just now tuning in, just go watch my other YouTube videos. You probably have to start from Storytime episode 1 to now to really catch up, to really see, because it basically all connects together. You know, there's some different stories, but it basically all connects together. From children to children to children, you know, and stuff like generation to generation and stuff like that. Basically, that's how it's kind of like from the stories. But yeah, but basically we're all made from God, and but we're not made from nothing else but God. So yeah, and the Big Bang Theory is not real. It's God, the Father and the Creator of the earth, well, the heavens and the earth. But let's get into this Bible story. Anyways, guys, Joseph's brothers, they had to come back to Egypt because they ran out of grain, and so when they went back, they had to bring their younger brother, which was Benjamin. And like first, let's see, who was not wanting him to come. Oh yeah, Jacob didn't want to bring Benjamin along, but then he finally gave in because they had to go, and the Egyptian man, which we know is Joseph, like they don't know that, like I've said before, but basically Joseph is just trying to really test to see if they're really wicked, like still wicked from when they sold him into slavery and stuff, and but now he's basically like second in power of Egypt, but Pharaoh's like a little bit over him. But yeah, like in this Bible story, but we know that God's above us all, not no earthly person or anything like that. Only God the Father and Jesus Christ is above us all, and once we're saved, we're above the devil. Jesus and God's above the devil, and the devil's not above us or Jesus or God. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. But anyways, they just really like Jacob like didn't really want to bring his younger brother, but then he had to because the Egyptian man said so, like I said. But anyways, they went, then they seen the Egyptian man, and so anyways, they well, when they went to leave, well, when they was about to leave, Joseph put the silver cup, his silver chalice, a special cup, he hid it in Benjamin's bag, like of grain, and so when the brothers left and they wasn't far off from the land, the Egyptian soldiers caught up with them, and they just searched to see if they stolen anything, I guess. Or, well, I'm not like trying to guess or anything, like what I believe, and I don't really like to use the word I guess, but anyways, I believe that they was just searching to see if they stolen anything. Then they found out the silver cup, but I believe that Joseph sent those Egyptian soldiers because they can't do nothing without the orders of Joseph. But yeah, if you watch the other Storytime videos. But anyways, like when they found out that that cup was in Benjamin's bag of grain, like the brothers, like it says here, the brothers tore their clothes in despair. Like they was like freaking out. They didn't know like what to do because they knew like they may get punished or maybe killed, or they didn't really know like they've done before, like how they felt before, but and it says what was going to happen to Benjamin, because they didn't know like whether Benjamin's fault or our fault. I mean, like their fault, but they didn't really know how it got into his bag. But Joseph, he pretended, like I said, to outrage, and like he instructed Benjamin to be his slave, and like the others went home, but Judah, which was one of the older brothers, he begged and pleaded, like it says, to basically use me as a slave instead of my younger brother. I'm putting it in my words, but because he told his father that he would bring Benjamin home safely, and so he didn't want to break the promise. But then that's basically it, guys. So that's the end of this story time for this week. But next week is Joseph reveals that he is their brother. And there's Joseph, and there's the title, I Am Your Brother. So we'll find out what happens, how they're going to react, how everything goes. So yeah. Then this will be the end of this Bible story. After next week, and it'll be Baby in the Bulrushes or something like that. But anyways, I'll show you guys the picture. There's a baby and a woman. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Don't forget, guys, Jesus saves. Don't forget, don't take the chip. And spread the word that God's not dead on any social media or any body, like your family, friends, anybody that you see. And if you guys are in the area, like Pulaski County area or Monticello, our church is having a fall festival at our church, Zion Baptist Church, and it's in Bronson. Like, well, you go past Bronson, you go past the Monticello line a little bit. But anyways, guys, if you want to learn more about it, just comment down below. And we're having food, games, stuff like that, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, it's fun for the whole family. So hopefully I'll see you guys there if you guys are around this area. And God bless you guys, and eat some Oreos and be safe.